Anyone that's met me in the last couple of years or have known me for the last couple of years know that I love Spanish music. It's sort of an addiction. Bachata, cumbia, reggaeton, all of it. When I was in college and I was having a really bad day, I would get in my car, turn to the Spanish station in DC, El Zol, and I would turn the volume all the way up, and I would just drive really slowly around campus, blasting whatever they were playing. Not sure why that made me feel better, but it always did. Eso, what? When I first started listening to Spanish music, I would try and figure out what the words were, Google the lyrics, and try and translate them. And it helped me learn a little bit more Spanish, but there's just a lot of songs where I'm just singing gibberish when I really could have just taken the time to learn the words. One of those songs is Romeo Santos' song Promise with Usher. When I first heard this song, I almost started crying. I was like, they made this song for me. It's bachata, it has Usher in it, it's got English and Spanish. They made this song for me. But I never learned Romeo Santos' part, and I would always sing Usher's part. Well, today I decided to try and learn what Romeo Santos was saying. And that was my new project for today. So, how did that work out? He perdido el lancero por tu amor. En tus manos yo caí. Tienes control sobre mí. Tu cuerpo es la cárcel y yo prisionero. Y jamás quiero salir. Condenado y soy feliz. Try to keep my balance, but I still fall. But how I felt so hard, right into your arms, that's where. I'm sorry, I can't sing. I learned the basic steps for bachata last Halloween, actually, while out at a Spanish club. I don't know how it got there, but I was pregnant. Well, no, I was dressed as a pregnant person, and I was hanging out with a saucy baseball player, also known as DJ Horse. This is how I think you're supposed to dance. This is how I really want to dance. Somebody's life can drown in your life. Yesterday I went out to eat with a friend, and we were walking around through the restaurant listening to other people's conversations, and I was really noticing just how boring people's conversations are. No one wants to hear you talking about how your dog ran out and you had to chase it down, or how you thought that you had bought the same nail color at CVS and then it turns out it was different. No one wants to hear about that. I felt like I knew the only interesting people in the world and everyone else was just completely boring and terrible, and I didn't want to meet any of them. So my friend and I decided that for the rest of the evening, we would make sure that our conversations were so interesting that if anyone was eavesdropping, they would want to stop and continue listening or sit down at our table and figure out what the heck we were talking about. It was hilarious. People want to hear about, I don't know, circumcisions and strange grandmothers that come back from the dead and you telling jokes and stories about you going out into the cemetery in the middle of the night and how your best friend's name is DJ Horse. Yeah, those are the stories people want to hear. So go ahead and tell them so you can spice up this thing called life, because those are way more interesting to eavesdrop on. So for the new thing for the next day, I'm going to call it day 8 because I can't remember right now. I'm actually going to go to a reggae night tonight at some bar or club that I've never been to before in Kansas City. As for the laughter thing, I might link something later, but right now, I'm just gonna focus on Thirsty Thursdays. What?